This bird makes a sound like a machine gun, and it looks like a dinosaur. Meet the shoebill, one of the strangest birds alive today. Standing nearly 5 feet tall, with a massive beak that looks like it belongs to a prehistoric creature. This bird doesn't look real, but the shoebill isn't just terrifying to look at. Its enormous beak is built to grab and crush powerful prey, including large fish, snakes, and even young crocodiles. And the strangest part? When it hunts, it can stand completely still for hours. Then, in a split second, it turns from a motionless statue into a deadly predator. The shoebill lives deep inside the wetlands of East and Central Africa, places filled with tall reeds, muddy water, floating vegetation, and hidden predators. And standing inside this strange landscape, the shoebill looks almost perfectly designed for it. It can grow to around 5 feet tall, with a wingspan approaching 8 feet. But its most unbelievable feature is the bill. Huge, broad, and shaped almost like a wooden shoe. That's where the name shoebill comes from. But this isn't just a strange-looking face. That enormous bill is one of the most effective hunting tools in the swamp. And then, there's the sound. The shoebill can rapidly snap its massive bill together, creating a loud clattering sound that can resemble a machine gun. In the middle of a silent African wetland, that sound can be absolutely startling. But bill clattering isn't just noise. Shoebills use it during social interactions, including communication between adults and around the nest. And when the sound echoes through the swamp, combined with that prehistoric-looking face, it's easy to understand why people describe the shoebill as a living dinosaur. But despite its appearance, the shoebill isn't a dinosaur. It's a bird, and a highly specialized predator. The shoebill doesn't hunt like an eagle. It doesn't chase prey across the sky, and it doesn't spend its energy running after fish. Instead, it waits, sometimes almost completely motionless. Its body becomes part of the swamp. The reeds move, the water moves, but the shoebill barely does. A fish swims closer. The bird watches. A lungfish rises toward the surface. The shoebill waits. Then, everything happens at once. Its head suddenly drops. Its wings open for balance. Its powerful legs drive forward, and that enormous bill crashes into the water. The attack can happen so quickly, the prey barely has time to react. So what exactly can a bird this strange hunt? Fish are among its favorite prey, especially lungfish, catfish, and other large wetland fish. But the shoebill is far from a picky hunter. It can also eat frogs, eels, water snakes, lizards, and other aquatic animals. And sometimes, its prey can be surprisingly large. Young crocodiles have even been recorded as shoebill prey. Its massive bill gives it the ability to grab and control slippery animals, while its sharp edges help it hold onto struggling prey. The shoebill doesn't need venom. It doesn't need enormous teeth. It has something else, a massive beak, and incredible patience. But perhaps the shoebill's most frightening weapon isn't its bill, it's its patience. Imagine standing in a swamp and seeing what looks like a statue. No movement, no sound, just 2 enormous eyes staring across the water. You might think the bird isn't even paying attention, but it is. Every movement beneath the surface, every ripple, every fish that comes close, is being watched. And when the perfect opportunity appears, the shoebill doesn't hesitate. It launches forward with explosive force. One moment, nothing is happening. The next, the swamp erupts. Despite their intimidating appearance, shoebills are mostly solitary. Adults usually spend much of their time alone, each one occupying its own hunting territory. But during breeding season, a male and female come together. They build a large nest platform from reeds, grass, and other wetland vegetation. The female usually lays a small number of eggs, and both parents help protect the nest and raise the chicks. But life inside the nest isn't always peaceful. When food becomes scarce, the stronger chick may receive more food than its sibling. The weaker chick can eventually die from starvation. It's a harsh reminder that in the wild, survival can depend on something as simple as getting the next meal. But the shoebill faces a threat that no beak can fight. Its home is disappearing. The wetlands it depends on are being drained, converted for agriculture, disturbed by humans, and fragmented by development. And when a wetland disappears, the shoebill loses far more than a place to sleep. It loses its hunting ground, its nesting habitat, its food source, and its future. Today, only a limited number of shoebills remain in the wild, making every healthy wetland extremely important to their survival. The strangest birds on Earth can still disappear if the places they depend on disappear first. And yet, the shoebill is still standing, still watching, still waiting, still moving through the African wetlands like something that escaped from another age. It doesn't need to chase its prey. It doesn't need to make itself visible. It simply waits until the perfect moment arrives. Then, the statue moves, the bill strikes, and the swamp falls silent again. A bird that looks like a dinosaur, sounds like a machine gun, and hunts like an ambush predator. The shoebill isn't a creature from the past. It's a reminder that the natural world is still full of animals that look almost impossible. And somewhere deep inside an African swamp, that prehistoric-looking bird is still waiting,